Hi, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Inskeep, and I am reading a book called The House of Love for you. The book is written by Adriana Trajani, and the illustrator is Amy June Bates. And it's kind of like a Valentine's story, but we can read it anywhere or anytime because it's nice to have a house full of love. So here's the cover. And this book, you can get it at the library. So if you like it, come check it out. The House of Love. And the first page shows a little child with like Valentine wings behind on their shoulders. There was an old house at the top of a hill with many drafty rooms. Inside, there were doors that slammed and stairs that creaked and windows with holes in the glass where the wind whistled through and sounded like music. A tall oak tree grew in the front yard, and a sprawling holly tree in the back had plenty of branches for sitting. A big family lived inside. There were 5 girls, 2 boys, a mama, a papa, and a rescue dog named Phyllis. When everyone was home, the room exploded with conversation, laughter, and sometimes even an argument. So here's the family working out in the yard, and there's the house behind. Nia Valentina was the youngest. February 14th was her favorite day of the year because it was Valentine's Day and her name meant My Valentine. Do you think the kids will be home in time for the party? Nia asked her mother. Absolutely, Mama assured her. What if Grace's game goes into overtime? What if there's another blizzard and they can't get back over the mountain? What if the car breaks down? Nia may have been the youngest, but even she knew everything they owned was old. There's no more snow in the forecast, and the station wagon is in good shape. Nia was relieved. No one in the Amore family will ever miss Valentine's Day. I'll make sure of that, and you can help. I can? Nia was excited. So here she is on the front porch with her mama. And of course we know around here, February Valentine's Day, it's usually cold and snowy. It could be cold and snowy in Illinois. Mama and Mia climbed the dusty stairs to the attic. Mama found the bin marked Valentine's Day. It was stuffed full of red decorations, long tinsel garlands, glitter hearts, cardboard cupids with velvet arrows, and lace doilies. Mia helped Mama carry the box down to the kitchen. They placed the bin on the antique washing machine. Before we decorate, we must do our chores, Mama smiled. I will help, Nia Valentina promised, and she did. So there they are, climbing the stairs on the first page. There they are, in the attic, getting the box full of red things for Valentine's Day. But they have to do their work first. Mia poured bubbly pine soap into a bucket. She dusted the low places where Mama couldn't reach, while Mama dusted the high places where Mia couldn't reach. Mia brushed Phyllis until her coat was shiny, and then she tied a shiny red party bow around the pup's neck. Mia watched as Mama washed the windows, careful to clean around the buttons her granddaughters had glued over the holes in the glass to keep out the cold. Papa wants to get new windows someday, but I like the polka dots myself. Mama stood back and grinned. Me too, Mia agreed. So they must be very poor if you had to glue buttons on the holes in the glass to keep the cold out. And they are doing their work to make the house all pretty for the party. All pretty and clean. The parlor was the saddest room in the house. Sweeping and polishing and buffing would not help it one bit. I really have to do something with this room, Mama said. Dull strips of faded brown wallpaper clung to the walls. May I finally rip it down? Nia Valentina asked. Yes, but be careful. You never know what you will find when you will find a treasure in an old house, Mama said before she went upstairs to straighten up the bedrooms. Mia stretched and reached and pulled and peeled the brown wallpaper off the parlor walls. When she was done, she rolled a shard of brown paper into a tube, turned it into a telescope, and spied through the hole like a pirate. "Ahoy there, Mia," Mama said from the doorway as she looked around the parlor. Mia peered at her mother through the paper telescope. Mama looked like she was waving at her through the porthole of a ship. "I knew you'd find a treasure," Mama beamed. A pretty wallpaper with hundreds of roses blooming inside a white trellis had been hidden under that dull brown wallpaper all along. "It's an inside garden," Mia marveled. "You made it one. Now this room looks like our Appalachian Mountains in the springtime," Mama said as she went to the foyer and lifted her garden shears out of the basket on the shelf. So Mia took down the brown paper, rolled up the brown paper, made a telescope. Underneath the brown paper was this beautiful flowery wallpaper. So that looks better. Now that room doesn't look so bad. There's their doggy, has his bow around his neck, too. Mia watched through a polka-dotted window as Mama stood on her tiptoes and snipped a perfect bare limb with many small branches from the oak tree. She waved at Mia with the branch as she trudged across the yard. Mama shoved the bare branch into a cracked pickle crock. "Good one," she said. Mama stood on her tiptoes again. This time she pulled a bag of gumdrops from the shelf. She strung the red, orange, lavender, and green gumdrops with a sewing needle threaded with gold. She made a knot in the thread, which became a loop. Mama handed a gumdrop to Mia, who hung it on the tree. One by one, Mama made them, and Mia hung them. Soon the candy tree shimmered with sparkling gumdrops. "Now it's perfect," Mia said. "I have 4 extra gumdrops." Mama placed them in Mia's hand. Mia savored the orange gumdrop, gave the green one to Phyllis the dog, and put the other 2 in her pocket for later. So here she is making her string of sugary gumdrops. Look how pretty that is. Bet that needle is sticky going through those gumdrops. Happy with their tree, Mama and Mia got to work and festooned the whole house with the decorations from the bin. Top to bottom, they went up the stairs, through the rooms, and down the banister. Every room was bedazzled. Every corner had a cupid. Every door a garland. Mama opened her purse and pulled out a handful of lollipops. She put them in an empty flower vase, just like real roses. Then Mama tied a red velvet ribbon around the firewood in the kitchen. Mother and daughter unfurled a garland down the hallway on the way to the parlor. Mama said as she stood in the parlor, "This room is missing something." So the doggie is there, pulling at something. Mia and Mama are working hard with the garland, decorating everything that they come in contact with. Now they're going into the parlor because something is missing and Mama wants to figure out what it is. Mama cut picture frames out of construction paper and hung them on the rose-covered walls. "What do you think?" "Mia, Valentina, the frames are empty. What should we do?" "Let's fill them with valentines," Mia suggested, "one for each of my brothers and sisters." "They would like that," Mama agreed. After all, amore means love in Italian. So Mama sat on the floor next to Mia. Mama made hearts while Mia made art. Mia drew a basketball for Grace because she loved to play basketball. She drew a rocket ship for Helen because she loved science. Massimo loved trucks, so Mia drew a truck. Olivia wanted a kitten, so Mia drew one with whiskers and eyes. Bob slept with his baseball glove, so Mia drew a ball to go with it. And Elsa, who spent every spare moment climbing the holly tree, got a squirrel. Mama hung the valentines inside the frames. "They're funny," Mia Valentina giggled. Mama checked the clock. "Oh no, we have to bake before everyone gets home," she cried. "Don't worry, Mama, I'll help." And Mia followed her mother right into the kitchen. So the one for the basketball player says, "I'll jump for you," and it has a ball. And for Massimo, who wants a truck, that valentine said, "A truck full of love." For Elsa, I guess, or Helen wanted a rocket ship. Her valentine says, "Blast off, Valentine." Olivia wanted a kitten, so her card said, "You're perfect," and it's spelled P-U-R-R instead of P-E-R. And the boy who liked baseball got a batter-up Valentine, and the one who liked, Elsa, who liked to climb a tree, she got a squirrel Valentine that says, "I'm nuts about you." So she made a special Valentine for each of her brothers and her sisters. I guess she's got only one brother. Oh, no, 2 brothers and 4 sisters. So that was a nice thing to do. Mia helped her mother measure the flour and sugar to sift into a mixing bowl. They mashed butter, cracked eggs, and poured milk into the bowl. Mama whipped the mixture. Mia helped pour the batter into the cupcake tin. Soon the entire house smelled like vanilla. It was time to make the frosting. Mama whisked the soft butter, sugar, and cream. Together they frosted and frosted and frosted until every cupcake had a smooth white cap. They sprinkled and sprinkled and sprinkled the frosting with pink sugar until every cupcake glittered. Here they are, cooking them, decorating those sparkly-looking frosted cupcakes. Oh, what a nice treat for a birthday party. Whomp, the kitchen door flew open. One by one, Mia's brothers and sisters, Grace, Helen, Massimo, Olivia, Bob, and Elsa, poured into the house, followed by Papa, who was so tall and big, he brought the chill of winter wind inside. Phyllis began to bark and run around the children as they peeled off their mittens and hung up their hats and scarves and coats and Bob's baseball glove. "How did it go?" Mama asked. "We won." Grace, the eldest and tallest of the basketball player on the team, said proudly. "Happy Valentine's Day," Papa exclaimed. "For you." And Papa gave Mama a gold box of chocolate-covered cherries along with a kiss. Boy, this family really sticks together, and they seem to love each other a lot. They're doing things together. They're buying things for each other. They're making things special, and they're just very friendly to each other. Time to decorate the kitchen door. Mama opened the junk drawer. Helen grabbed one wheel of Scotch tape, Bob another, and Olivia another. Massimo gathered the loose paper valentines Mama had saved in the bottom of the bin. "Careful," Mama said in a loud voice. "Those old valentines are family heirlooms." The more children formed a shaky pyramid as Mia crawling to the top. The kitchen door was soon covered with old valentines. "Hey kids, be careful," Papa shouted. "We aren't a circus act." "Since when?" Mama winked. As the pyramid collapsed, the pile of more children laughed. "Mia, show the kids what you made in the parlor," Mama suggested. And here they are. Papa and Mama are watching the children decorate the door with the old valentines. And here they are. They didn't use the ladder. They used each other to get up to the top of that door. And Mia got to do it. She's the smallest. The children ran to the parlor at once, causing a traffic jam. "Look, roses everywhere," Elsa twirled. "And valentines," Mia pointed. The children laughed at their funny valentines, but no one noticed one was missing. No one had made Mia a valentine. She pretended not to be sad, but she was. The day with Mama had been so special, but could Mama really have forgotten about her? Here they are, running into the parlor and looking at all the pretty roses on the wallpaper. All the kids are checking out their valentines that Mia drew, but Mia doesn't have one. Look at her. She looks very sad. Oh, Mia. "Time to set the table," Papa hollered. The children made a stampede and ran back to the kitchen. Mama sat in the kitchen with her feet up and sampled a chocolate-covered cherry as Papa made the tomato sauce for the macaroni. Soon the polka-dotted windows were fogged with steam as the pasta boiled on the stove. The children set the table. Papa placed the macaroni, salad, and bread on the table. Mama lit the candles. The family sat down to dinner as the gumdrop tree twirled and twinkled in the window and the stack of cupcakes shimmered on the counter. Even though February 14th was Mia's favorite day, the Valentine party just wasn't the same. Phyllis nudged Mia from her place under the table as if she understood. After dinner and games, the 7 or more children took turns and stood at the bathroom mirror in their pajamas and scrubbed, brushed, and rinsed till they glistened. They hung their washcloths to dry on the antique tub with the lion's feet. Here they all are at supper at the table. The gumdrop tree is there. They're all eating their special meal, and then they're going to get ready for bed. Mia Valentina climbed into bed. She sunk into the soft mattress like a spoon in a vanilla cake batter. When she heard a crinkle, she sat up, lifted the blanket, but there was nothing under it. She lifted the sheet. There was nothing there either. She lifted the pillow, and there it was, a valentine, just for her. Mia hadn't been forgotten after all. Tomorrow she'd ask Mama to make a frame, and she would hang it in the parlor of roses with the others. Phyllis jumped up onto Mia's bed. Mia grabbed the last 2 gumdrops and gave Phyllis the lavender one. She saved the red one for another day. Mia fell asleep with a smile on her face and her very own valentine in her hand. Her valentine says, "To Mia, my #1 helper, love you, Mama." So here she is with her valentine, and Phyllis the dog is right there looking at it. And there's her valentine that Mama made for her because she was such a good helper. The house on the hill didn't have the best heat or the newest wallpaper or windows with smooth glass, but it did have a candy tree, 7 children full of macaroni and cupcakes, and enough valentines to wallpaper the world. It only took one special holiday to make a house with stairs that creaked, doors that slammed, windows that whistled, and a parlor of roses become the house of love. And it turned out there was so much love inside that there weren't enough rooms in the whole house to hold it. And here's the picture of the house on a hill on a snowy Valentine's Day with a lot of love from the Amore family. So, The House of Love by Adriana Trajani, and here's the picture of them up in the attic getting the Valentine thing. So, if you like that book, boys and girls, you can get this at our library, and you can read it anytime. It doesn't have to be on Valentine's Day. So enjoy the library, enjoy reading, and I hope you have a really nice summer this summer. Thank you.